All right, I want to start this lesson by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and teachers and wise men of great millstone that I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Salutations out there to the elect. All right, I want to do a quick lesson going into one of the signs that would happen in the end times. And as you can see, the heading in this video right here that I'm going to play, it says, there's nothing on the shelves. And as we get close to the end of this world, the end of Esau's rulership, the end of you so-called white people's rulership, because in the last days you will be ruling, we're going to see more things like this. Empty shelves. We're going to see stores shutting down. You're going to see, as when you go in these grocery stores, you're going to see few and few workers. You're going to see more empty shelves, and you're going to hear of a lot of stores closing down. So let's start right here in Second Esdras. Before I play the video, let's start right here in Second Esdras 6. Let's start at verse 18. It says, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell on the earth. You see, the Lord is beginning to draw nigh and to visit the earth with judgment. Verse 19, it says, and I will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion has been fulfilled. You see, when the affliction of Zion, and this means that the Israelites were getting close to, being saved out of our captivity. You see, because Yahushua is going to come back and bring judgment upon all the unrighteous and the unjust, you heathens, and a lot of the wicked of our people, the 2/3. He's going to come back and judge. But the Lord is beginning to make inquisition, you see, by what? Bringing judgment, by bringing famines, plague, tribulation, and anguish upon the earth to the wicked. All right, it says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish shall be finished. That world is not talking about the earth. It's talking about the first earth age. It says, then shall I show these tokens. So the Lord is beginning to show these tokens because this world is beginning to vanish away. The age, the first earth age. That's why we're seeing, the signs that were prophesied of old happen, which we're going to get into. It says the books shall be opened before the firmament and they all shall see together. You see? And it says, and the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. You see, grocery stores, retail stores, empty shelves, stores closing down. It says the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. See, a lot of stores, grocery stores, retail stores, a lot of different stores are going to have empty shelves. You see. Now let's give you an example of that. Let's play this video. Well, the first video.
All the shelves are empty at an
So Lock is going to play.
East Kansas City grocery store that's gotten millions of dollars from taxpayers. Customers are complaining about the Sun Fresh at 31st and Prospect, and that is where we find KMBC 9's Brian Johnson live tonight getting answers about what's going on here, Brian.
Bria, one thing is certain, there's not a lot of food. In fact, we grabbed the very last bag of Uncle Ray's potato chips. There are no chips left in the store. Tonight, the city council does not have any answers. The store isn't talking. Most people show up to get food, but really, there's not a lot left. Shoppers come to check off their list and buy groceries for the week. Protein, vitamins, fresh fruits, and vegetables.
Now they have nothing. There is nothing. I walked in and I'm like, okay, where's all the food?
Michelle Randolph has been shopping here for years.
The milk, I'm scared to buy some. Even the dates that may have a few days over, I don't want to buy that.
Every aisle is like a ghost town. The chips are gone. The meat is gone. The cheese and yogurt are gone. Even the frozen section has more frost than food.
It used to be packed when it first opened back in a couple years back.
For months, food has been purchased and not replaced by the store.
Like 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah, it's just too much for me, if you ask me.
A smell greets customers at the entrance.
It's a rancid odor or something. I think something dead or something just went bad.
In 7 years, the store has had 2 operators, for-profit and now non-profit.
There's nothing on the shelves.
After bonds, building loans, ordinances, and shortfall transfers, taxpayers have invested nearly $29 million in the store.
All that money is like just going to waste.
Kansas City police and private security are on site to keep the area safe.
All the other 2 Sunfreshes had food. Why does this one not?
Right now, people wish they could pay the prices and take home some food.
It just needs to get better.
In Kansas City, Brian Johnson, KMBC 9 News.
Now, we reached out to the operator, Community Builders of Kansas City, and both 3rd District City Council members about this for comment. In a statement, the mayor says the city will work closely with store ownership and all neighborhood stakeholders to support the long-term viability of the store based on normal revenues from customers and area consumers.
There's nothing that they can do about that because prophecy is being fulfilled. You see, the Lord is going to cause prophecy to be fulfilled, and it's not going to be hindered because the things like that, the places, the storehouses becoming empty. Let's read it again. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." You see, the Lord is causing shelves to be empty, which is going to lead towards a what? A famine. You see, a shortage of food, which is Bible prophecy. Let's read this scripture right here in Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 12:1, it says, "Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not." You see, and stores shutting down, and the shelves inside the stores being empty, and lack of workers to work at these stores, and the stores, like I just said, the store shutting down. So like, yeah, that's a part of the evil days because they're gonna bring what? Famines. You see, people are gonna starvation. Things of the sort. It says, "Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw near, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." You see, and that's going to bring about a time what? Those evil days are going to bring about a time of sorrows and great mournings. You see, verse 2, it says, "While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return from the rain." A dark and cloudy day. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and when the strong men shall bow themselves, and when the grinders cease because they are few." You see, because the grinders cease because they are few. It goes in what? Lack of workers, resources. You see, it says, "Those that look out of the windows be darkened." You see, troubled times. You look out your windows during as we get closer to the end. You see a lot of uproars, a lot of troubles. You're gonna look out your window and you're gonna see somebody being unalive. You're gonna see dead bodies and whatnot. You see, it's gonna be a dark time. The day of the Lord is gonna be darkness. All right, but the point is that the grinders will cease because there are few, less workers working at different stores, grocery stores, retails, different places, causing the places to shut down or be replaced with other stores. All right, let's get another video, give you another example. It says 18,000 stores closing in 2025. That's a lot. All right, let's play it.
Down in 2025. This would be the biggest year for store closures ever. This means more than during the pandemic and more than during the financial crisis. This could be devastating to millions of people. But you probably don't even know some of the stores that are closing down. Well, here's just a start.
Stores closing locations this year. Rite Aid closing 77 stores. Dollar Tree closing 13 stores. Walgreens closing 150 stores.
Or more.
CVS Pharmacy closing 900 locations.
Yep.
Best Buy closing 20 stores. TJ Maxx closing 60 locations.
At least.
Walmart closing dozens of locations across America. Joann Fabrics closing hundreds of locations.
All of them.
Dollar General closing 12 locations across America. JCPenney closing 10 stores.
At least.
Foot Locker closing hundreds of locations. Nordstrom closing 23 stores. Amazon Fresh closing many locations.
Buying a car is kind of a big deal.
Slovakia, this
And
stupid
you
ad.
deserve something you love. Because it's where big life things happen.
At Home closing dozens of locations. Kroger closing 10 stores.
That is just some of the stores that are closing down. There are auto parts stores that are shutting down. We are seeing so many different pharmacies closing down as well. Macy's, another big one. Look at this.
Macy's is closing over 150 stores in the U.S., and I went to the downtown Brooklyn location, and when I say my millennial heart is so sad, the store was empty, completely empty. There was hardly anything left. This location closes March 23rd, and there's nothing left. It was empty. It was a ghost town. It felt so odd. It felt so weird. I'm honestly afraid of the future.
Yeah, because as we get closer to the end of this kingdom of this of the Edomites rule, you're going to see more things like this. You see, and it's going to bring what a perplexity to the people. They're going to be perplexed. They're going to be confused. The people that don't seek the Lord, the wicked, they're going to not understand why this stuff is happening. You see, not understanding that the Lord is bringing judgment. And eventually World War III is going to happen, martial law. You see the MOTB, the mark of the, you know what? You see, because this devil's trying to usher in the fourth industrial revolution, which goes into what? He's going to try to advance technology to its peak by putting technology inside of you so that you can be tracked and traced. You see, which he's gonna come close, but the Lord is gonna bring his place down. Because like the scriptures say, he shall build, the Lord is going to throw him down. So in the end, he's not going to accomplish his goal of this new world order that he's proposing. But you're going to see more, things like this happen. Store closures. Jobs are going to be replaced with robots. You see, so we're getting close and close to the end of Babylon the Great, which is America.
You see, I'm a millennial. Today's my birthday. I turned 36, and I was alive when there was no technology, where there was no online shopping, there was no social media, there was no dating apps, there was no iPhones. Like, I've been around a very long time, and I'm only 36. So to go into a store and to see a store that you've been shopping at since you were little looking like this is scary. It felt eerie. It felt like I was in a movie during the apocalypse looking for food and shelter. I am so lost for words right now. The sadness is just so sad because every store is shutting down right now. I mean, I'm from the era where we shopped at the mall and you had to get all your stuff from the mall. You would meet up with your friends at the food court, and this is non-existent anymore.
It's just not. And let me know down in the comment section below. When was the last time that you went to a shopping mall? And did you purchase anything? Now, for me, this was my childhood as well. Go to a mall, and you would go to Macy's. It was one of those stores that was where everybody was at. If you shopped at Macy's, well, number one, you probably had money, but everybody was there. I wouldn't even go there to buy anything. I just get the free cologne. But Macy's stores are shutting down. We've seen some of these cornerstone stores like Sears shut down, Nordstrom's closing down, right? And the list goes on and on. And again, it's only getting worse. Look at this though. Here's another very big store. It's Kohl's. They're shutting down. Many Kohl's locations are closing down as we speak because they're underperforming and the company is trying to restructure and to just make sure that the company as a whole can continue moving forward. But the crazy part is this, that a lot of these stores are waiting and pushing back their closing dates until the first part of 2026 because they're hoping, just hoping, that they can make it through one more fourth quarter. If they can, they're hoping that interest rates will come down, spending from the U.S. consumer is going to pick up, which means hopefully the store becomes a little more profitable. And then they can actually stay in business. Well, look at this. Here's another interesting one. It says pharmacy chain closing 114 more stores across multiple states. There are many pharmacies that are shutting down. Just to give you an idea, look at this. It says CVS closes over 270 stores in 2025. They're doing this because a lot of people have been stealing from pharmacies. When they have no other choice, have no money, they just steal. Look at this. Rite Aid is closing 123 more store locations. That's something that we learned. And it says that they're going to close a total of 1,070 stores. Again, this is going to hurt many neighborhoods because for some, all they have is a Walgreens or a Rite Aid or a CVS. Well, look at this right here. This is Walgreens. Just to give you an idea, more and more of these stores are closing down as we speak as well. How scary that store looks. There's nothing in it. That store is just completely empty. Yeah, that's what we're going to see. Now, I'm not here to tell you that, hey, these stores are closing down, so let's all freak out. No. Okay? The stores are closing down because U.S. consumers have changed. We don't buy as much in store anymore. Honestly, I can't tell you. Over the past year,
All right, I'm going to stop the video right here. The point is made. The point is that more store closures are going to continue to happen as we get close, like I've stated before, to the fall of this empire, the revised Roman Empire, which you Edomites are ruling right now. So expect to see more store closures in different places, shut down. All right, I'll end the lesson here. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom.